Dear friends, did you know that more than 85% of adults over 60 still enjoy cheese at least twice a week? Sounds harmless, right? But here's something that most people don't know. Some popular cheeses can double your risk of stroke and even reduce your chances of living past 80 by nearly 40%. Behind the friendly cheese counter at the grocery store lies a hidden truth. Some cheeses quietly protect your heart, brain, and bones, while others cause inflammation, raise blood pressure, and pose serious health risks. In today's video, Nutigood HealthBook reveals the 4 cheeses you should absolutely enjoy after 60, and the 4 you should banish from your fridge forever. Before we get started, leave a comment. Where are you watching from? How old are you? And what's your current favorite cheese? Your comment might even be featured in our next video. Type 1. Aged Gouda. Aged Gouda isn't just a delicious cheese. It's also a potent source of nutrients that could make a real difference to your health. After 60, when Gouda is aged for at least 18 months, its proteins undergo a slow fermentation process, breaking down into small bioactive peptides. These peptides are easier to digest and absorb, which is especially important because the body's digestive efficiency naturally declines with age. Researchers at Wageningen University in the Netherlands have shown that these peptides also have antihypertensive properties, meaning they can help lower blood pressure by inhibiting angiotensin-converting enzyme ACE. But what really sets aged Gouda apart is its unique vitamin K2 content. This often overlooked nutrient plays a key role in calcium metabolism. Instead of calcium building up in the arteries, where it contributes to dangerous hardening and blockages, vitamin K2 shuttles calcium into the bones and teeth where it's needed. A large cohort study from Rotterdam, known as the Rotterdam study, found that people with higher dietary intakes of vitamin K2 had a 50% lower risk of arterial calcification and a 26% lower risk of death from heart disease. This makes K2 one of the most protective nutrients for older adults. And aged Gouda cheese is one of the best dietary sources. Just one 28-gram slice of aged Gouda cheese provides about 75 micrograms of K2, which is more than most people get from their entire weekly diet. That's why even a small portion a few times a week can have significant benefits for heart and bone health. In addition to K2, aged Gouda is also rich in conjugated linoleic acid, CLA. Clinical research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that CLA can help reduce body fat, improve immune function, and even protect against certain cancers. It's because CLA is naturally higher in milk from grass-fed cows. Traditionally aged Gouda offers even greater benefits. Another unique advantage is its low lactose content. The long aging process removes most of the lactose, making it well tolerated by those with mild lactose intolerance. What's more, the fermentation process adds beneficial bacteria that produce postbiotics, compounds that support gut health, reduce inflammation, and may even influence mood via the gut-brain axis. Pro tip: for maximum benefit, enjoy aged Gouda at room temperature with apple slices or whole wheat crackers. The prebiotic fiber from apples complements the postbiotics from Gouda cheese, creating a gut-friendly combination that supports digestion and overall health. Bottom line: aged Gouda cheese isn't just a delicious treat, it's also a scientifically proven ally for your heart, bone, and gut health as you age. Type 2. Authentic Parmesan. You know Parmigiano? Parmesan isn't just the sprinkle from a green can at the supermarket. The authentic Parmigiano Reggiano, aged in Italy for at least 24 to 36 months, is one of the most nutrient-dense and digestible cheeses in the world, a true functional food for healthy aging. During the long fermentation process, its proteins are slowly broken down into free amino acids and bioactive peptides. This makes Parmesan remarkably easy to digest, even for people who normally have trouble with dairy. In fact, Italian studies published in the Journal of Dairy Science show that the proteins in Parmigiano have nearly 100% bioavailability, compared to only 30 to 40% for typical calcium supplements or processed cheeses. That means your body can actually absorb and use the nutrition inside. 1 ounce of Parmesan delivers about 10 grams of high-quality protein, complete with all 9 essential amino acids, making it comparable to lean meats or eggs. It also contains around 330 milligrams of calcium. It's more than a full glass of milk, plus a natural balance of magnesium and phosphorus. This mineral trio is crucial not only for bone strength, but also for preventing the calcium deposits that stiffen arteries. With age, but Parmesan's benefits go further. It is naturally rich in casomorphins, small peptides that act gently on the nervous system. Research from the University of Milan suggests that casomorphins may promote relaxation, reduce anxiety, and even improve sleep quality. At the same time, Parmesan contains tyrosine, an amino acid essential for producing dopamine and norepinephrine, 2 neurotransmitters critical for focus, motivation, and mental clarity. Another advantage, authentic Parmesan is virtually lactose-free. Thanks to its extended aging, it means even individuals with lactose intolerance can usually enjoy it without discomfort. Plus, it contains beneficial bacterial strains and postbiotics that survive digestion, helping to support a healthier gut environment. Pro tip: to enjoy Parmesan the traditional way, don't shred it like pizza cheese. Instead, break it into small chunks using a knife and savor it after meals. Pair a 1 ounce piece with a few drops of aged balsamic vinegar or whole grain bread. Not only does this highlight its deep flavor, but it may also improve mineral absorption. Bottom line, Parmigiano Reggiano isn't just a gourmet delicacy. It's a science-backed powerhouse that strengthens bones, sharpens the mind, and supports healthy aging from the inside out. Type 3. Grass-fed raw cheddar. Yes, the word raw might sound risky, but cheddar made from grass-fed raw milk and aged at least 60 days is a nutritional treasure. It contains up to 5 times more CLA than regular cheddar, gives powerful anti-inflammatory benefits. Rich in omega-3 south, vitamins A, D, E, and K2MK, form the version most effective at 2 grass-fed raw cheddar. When most people think of cheddar, they picture a block of orange cheese from the supermarket. But grass-fed raw cheddar, carefully aged for at least 60 days, is a completely different story. It's not just a richer flavor. It's a food that preserves living enzymes, probiotics, and nutrients that pasteurized cheeses lose, because it comes from raw milk of grass-fed cows. This cheddar is loaded with omega-3 fatty acids and up to 5 times more CLA conjugated linoleic acid than conventional cheddar. CLA is no small benefit. Studies published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition have linked CLA to reduced inflammation, lower body fat, and improved immune strength, critical factors for healthy aging. But what makes grass-fed cheddar truly unique is its vitamin profile. It contains higher levels of vitamin A in the form of retinol, which directly supports vision and immunity, and vitamin D, a nutrient that most seniors are deficient in. Even more importantly, it is one of the richest natural sources of vitamin K2 in the MK4 form. According to research in the European Journal of Nutrition, K2 is vital for preventing calcium from clogging arteries and instead guiding it into bones and teeth, helping reduce fracture risk in cardiovascular disease. At the same time, this cheese is also a probiotic food. Because it isn't heat sterilized, beneficial bacteria survive the aging process and reach your gut alive. These probiotics help modulate immunity, improve digestion, and even influence mood through the gut-brain axis. They also produce butyrate, short-chain fatty acid shown to calm inflammation in the colon and nourish the gut lining. And there's more. Grass-fed raw cheddar provides antioxidants like vitamin E and beta-carotene, which help defend cells against oxidative stress, one of the drivers of aging. Together, these compounds protect your brain, joints, and heart. How to enjoy it best? Don't cook this cheese at high heat temperatures above 120 degrees Fahrenheit, 49 degrees Celsius can destroy its delicate enzymes and probiotics. Instead, let it rest at room temperature before serving. Smart portion is 1.5 to 2 ounces. paired with fermented vegetables like sauerkraut or pickles. This combination delivers a gut-friendly punch. With probiotics from both foods working together to support digestion and reduce inflammation, bottom line. Grass-fed raw cheddar is far more than comfort food. It's a living, nutrient-packed ally. For your heart, bones, and gut, a powerful way to age with strength and resilience. Type Cis. Gruyère. At the very top of our list is authentic Swiss Gruyère, a cheese crafted from raw milk of cows. Grazing on alpine pastures, unlike ordinary supermarket cheese, Gruyère is the result of centuries-old traditions that preserve its nutrients and make it a genuine longevity food. One of its greatest secrets lies in the propionibacteria used during fermentation. These beneficial microbes don't just create the famous holes in Swiss cheese, they also produce propionic acid, which scientific research in the Journal of Dairy Science shows can reduce inflammation, lower LDL cholesterol, and even help protect against colon cancer. But Gruyère offers more than probiotics. It's exceptionally rich in vitamin B12, one of the highest natural sources found in dairy. B12 is crucial for nerve health, red blood cell formation, and preventing age-related cognitive decline. Many older adults struggle with B12 deficiency, but Gruyère delivers it in an easy-to-absorb form. Another remarkable feature is its ability to boost your body's supply of glutathione, often called the master antioxidant. As we age, glutathione levels naturally decline, weakening our defense against toxins and cellular damage. Gruyère contains amino acids like cysteine and glycine, the building blocks your body needs to restore glutathione production naturally. Research from the University of Lausanne suggests that diets rich in glutathione precursors are strongly linked to slower cognitive decline in seniors. Nutritionally, Gruyère also packs solid levels of zinc, selenium, and phosphorus minerals that keep bones strong, support thyroid balance, and protect the immune system. Its proteins are broken down during the long aging process into tiny peptides, which your body can absorb with minimal effort, an advantage as digestion weakens with age. Perhaps most surprising, Gruyère contains lactopeptides compounds, shown in studies to help lower blood pressure naturally by supporting healthy blood vessel relaxation. That makes it a rare cheese that's heart-friendly rather than harmful. How to enjoy it best? Allow Gruyère to come to room temperature before serving to maximize flavor and nutrient absorption. A smart serving is about 1 to 1.5 ounces. Pair it with whole grain bread or a small bowl of vegetable soup. This enhances its B vitamin uptake and creates a balanced, gut-friendly meal. Bottom line, Swiss Gruyère is far more than a gourmet delight. It's a nutrient-dense, probiotic-rich, heart-supporting superfood that can help keep your mind sharp, your bones strong, and your body resilient well into your later years. Type 1. Processed cheese slices. Those bright orange cheese squares wrapped in plastic may look convenient, but here's the truth. Less than half of what's inside is real cheese. The rest, a cocktail of emulsifiers, preservatives, artificial coloring, and sodium phosphate, a compound far more damaging than regular salt. Just 2 slices of processed cheese deliver more than 600 milligrams of sodium, over a quarter of the daily safe limit for older adults. Worse still, sodium phosphate has been linked in studies to faster aging, kidney strain, and a higher risk of heart disease. American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. For anyone over 60, that's a dangerous combination. But the risks don't end there. Processed slices often contain emulsifiers like polysorbate 80 and carboxymethyl cellulose, which research in Nature suggests can disrupt the gut microbiome. When your gut barrier weakens, toxins and bacteria can seep into the bloodstream, triggering low-grade chronic inflammation, a key driver of heart disease, arthritis, and even cognitive decline. The artificial colors used, such as yellow number 5 and number 6, are another hidden risk. Though approved in small amounts, studies link them to allergic reactions, hyperactivity, and possible carcinogenic effects. And preservatives like sorbic acid may extend shelf life, but they also interfere with beneficial gut bacteria over time. Another little-known danger: trans fats. Even when the label says 0G trans fat, U.S. labeling laws allow up to 0.49 G per serving to be rounded down to 0. Got a few slices daily, and those trace amounts add up. Trans fats are among the most harmful fats, raising LDL bad cholesterol while lowering HDL good cholesterol, dramatically increasing cardiovascular risk, and nutritionally. Processed cheese is a poor substitute. High heat treatment damages proteins and destroys natural enzymes, leaving behind inferior, difficult-to-absorb nutrients. Your body simply cannot use the calcium or protein as effectively as it would from natural cheeses. Bottom line, processed cheese slices may melt beautifully on a burger, but inside your body they fuel inflammation, weaken your gut, and overload your system with chemicals. For seniors aiming to protect their heart, brain, and longevity, these slices should disappear from the fridge for good. Type 2. Cheese spreads in jars. They look creamy, convenient, and ready to spread on bread in seconds. But here's the truth. Cheese spreads in jars are cheese in name only. In reality, they're a mix of cheap oils, starches, preservatives, and artificial flavorings with only a small portion of actual dairy. One of the biggest dangers? Partially hydrogenated oils. These are a key source of trans fats, so harmful that they've been banned in many countries. Even when the label says 0G trans fat, food laws allow small amounts under 0.5 grams per serving to be hidden. According to the Harvard School of Public Health, even tiny daily amounts of trans fats can raise the risk of heart disease by 23%. Then comes the salt. Just 2 teaspoons of cheese spread can deliver over 500 milligrams of sodium, nearly a quarter of the daily maximum for seniors. But it's not just table salt. These spreads are loaded with sodium-based preservatives like sodium phosphate and sodium citrate, both linked to elevated blood pressure and kidney stress. Journal of Renal Nutrition. Many spreads also sneak in MsG monosodium glutamate under hidden names like yeast extract or natural flavors. For sensitive individuals, MSG can trigger headaches, palpitations, and mood swings. Add to that artificial colors like yellow number 5 and yellow number 6, which have been associated with allergic reactions and nervous system effects. And suddenly, this snack becomes a chemical cocktail. And here's a hidden risk almost no one thinks about: the jar itself. Plastic containers used for cheese spreads can leach phthalates, endocrine-disrupting chemicals that interfere with hormones. Research published in Environmental Health Perspectives found that phthalates are linked to metabolic problems, reduced testosterone in men, and higher risks of certain cancers. Nutritionally, these spreads are a disaster. Extreme processing destroys natural enzymes and alters dairy proteins, making them harder to digest. The calcium and protein advertised on the label are poorly absorbed compared to real aged cheeses. What you're left with is a high sodium, low nutrient paste that provides little benefit while increasing the risk of obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. Bottom line, that creamy cheese spread may look comforting, but for seniors, it's a silent saboteur. Instead of nourishing your body, it delivers hidden fats, chemicals, and hormone disruptors. If you're over 60 and want to protect your heart, metabolism, and longevity, it's best to keep these jars off your table. For good. Type 3. Pre-shredded cheese bags. They look so convenient. Grab a bag, sprinkle on pasta, melt over pizza. But here's the hidden truth. Pre-shredded cheese is one of the most deceptive products in the dairy aisle. To keep those strands from clumping together, manufacturers add anti-caking agents like cellulose, often sourced from wood pulp and potato starch. While considered safe, these fillers can make up to 4% of the bag's weight. U.S. Dairy Association. They don't just change texture, they coat each shred, interfering with melting and, more importantly, blocking your body's ability to absorb calcium and protein effectively. And that's not all. Many brands include natamycin, an antifungal antibiotic, to prevent mold, though generally recognized as safe in small amounts. Regular intake may disturb the gut microbiome, the delicate ecosystem of bacteria crucial for immunity, mood, and digestion. Journal of Applied Microbiology, 2018. Another issue is quality. Pre-shredded cheese often comes from lower-grade milk, sometimes containing higher residues of antibiotics or hormones. Because shredding massively increases surface area, the cheese oxidizes faster, losing nutrients and creating harmful byproducts. Studies in food chemistry confirm that. Oxidation reduces vitamin content and can even promote inflammatory compounds. Histamine load is another hidden danger. Due to extra processing and longer storage, pre-shredded cheese can contain far more histamines than fresh block cheese. For sensitive individuals, this can trigger headaches, skin flare-ups, digestive upset, or even anxiety. And let's not forget contamination risk. More handling, more machines, more surface exposure, all increase the chance of bacteria sneaking in. In fact, multiple recalls in the US and Europe have involved Listeria and E. coli outbreaks traced back to pre-shredded cheese products, CDC food safety reports. So what does this mean for seniors? Instead of getting a nutrient-rich food that supports bone strength, digestion, and heart health, you're eating something stripped of quality, coated in fillers, and at higher risk of contamination. Pro tip: always choose fresh cheese blocks. Instead, grate only what you need at home. Takes less than a minute, preserves nutrients, and avoids unnecessary chemicals. Bottom line, pre-shredded cheese may save you a few seconds in the kitchen, but over time it can cost you your health. For stronger bones, sharper minds, and better digestion, stick with the real thing: whole natural cheese. Type 4. Blue cheese. It looks gourmet, smells intense, and adds bold flavor to salads or sauces. But for older adults, blue cheese is one of the riskiest choices in the dairy aisle. The signature veins come from a mold called Penicillium roqueforti. While generally safe in small amounts, this mold produces tyramine and sometimes trace mycotoxins, compounds that can cause serious health issues over time. Tyramine, in particular, is notorious for triggering migraine headaches and dangerous spikes in blood pressure. In fact, the American Migraine Foundation lists blue cheese as one of the top tyramine-containing foods that can set off attacks. 4. People taking MAO inhibitor medications commonly prescribed for depression or Parkinson's disease. Tyramine-rich foods like blue cheese can trigger a hypertensive crisis, a sudden, severe rise in blood pressure requiring emergency care. National Institutes of Health. Histamines are another hidden danger. Blue cheese can contain up to 10 times more histamine than other cheeses. Journal of Food Protection. In sensitive individuals, this can cause flushing, rashes, anxiety, digestive upset, or even insomnia. Then there's sodium. Just 1 ounce of blue cheese packs over 400 milligrams of sodium, more than a quarter of the daily recommended limit for seniors. High sodium diets are strongly linked to hypertension, stroke, and heart disease. American Heart Association. And because of its bold flavor, people often use more than they realize. Compounding the problem, fat quality is also concerning. Blue cheese is especially rich in palmitic acid, a saturated fat shown in circulation research to be more inflammatory and more harmful to arteries than other types of fat. Combined with its high calorie density, it's easy to see how regular intake could fuel weight gain and cardiovascular risk. Finally, spoilage risk. Because of its pungent flavor, blue cheese can mask signs of going bad, increasing the chance of accidental foodborne illness from bacteria or mold overgrowth. Pro tip: if you love bold flavors, swap blue cheese for aged goat cheese or feta. They provide tangy taste with far less tyramine, histamine, sodium, and are much friendlier to heart and brain health. Bottom line, blue cheese may feel indulgent, but for aging adults, it's a dangerous mix of tyramine, histamines, sodium, and inflammatory fats. It's better to leave it off your plate and choose cheeses that truly support longevity. So here's the takeaway. The 4 golden cheeses: aged Gouda, authentic Parmesan, grass-fed raw cheddar, and Swiss Gruyère. The 4 red flag cheeses: processed slices, cheese spreads, pre-shredded bags, and blue cheese. Choosing the right cheese can protect your heart, sharpen your mind, strengthen your bones, and keep your muscles strong well into your 70s and 80s. If this video helped you, tap the like button, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe to Nutigood HealthBook for more natural, science-backed tips for lifelong health. Sometimes, it's the small choices like the cheese on your plate that make the biggest difference in how long and how well you live.